They said, I'm currently in my mid-50s. After 2 weeks, the crepiness on my neck completely reversed. I've used moisturizers daily for over 35 years from drugstore to high-end. I have never had a moisturizer work as well as this one. This is a miracle moisturizer. I am so excited for today's video. I always get so excited when I get to finally reveal a new product for Revi Beauty, which is my beauty brand. But today, I don't think I've ever been this excited because not only do I get to share with you guys a new product, but a new category and a new philosophy entirely that we've been working on for so long behind the scenes, you guys. This has been a long time coming and I am just beyond giddy about it. This is a launch that is probably the biggest launch for Revi Beauty, and I feel like it's going to change the game because this product has changed the game for me. I am so beyond excited to tell you guys about this. So get cozy, buckle up you guys, because this product is, not to be dramatic, life-changing, and I am so thrilled that I can finally tell you guys about it. Before I tell you exactly what we're launching, let's take a trip down memory lane, okay? It's no secret that I love makeup. Makeup is like my first love, okay? I literally remember my 13th birthday when I was finally allowed to wear makeup, and my sister Haley took me to Target with my mom, and she took me down the aisles and I picked out my very first collection of makeup, and I fell immediately in love with just the idea of buying makeup and then playing with makeup. Like, it was an immediate obsession for me, and it's what I ended up spending all my babysitting money on. I just immediately loved different textures and formulas. Then fast forward a couple of years, at the end of middle school or maybe high school, I was around 15 years old, I started to get acne, which is obviously very common when it comes to growing up and being a teenager. And so it started to kind of get me wanting to figure out my makeup technique even more, not just products. So through a lot of trial and error, I started to really figure out, and through books as well. I bought all these Bobbi Brown books, Carmindi books, all the things to really try to figure out how to make my makeup look the best, last the best, and ultimately make me feel more confident when I was dealing with active breakouts in high school. My skills and my techniques got me by for a few years for sure, and I feel like I always had a lot of pride in my ability to not just cover my acne, but make my skin look really fresh and healthy, even though underneath my makeup I was dealing with quite a bit of active breakouts. And then fast forward several more years, around maybe 23, this is when I started getting a little fed up with my acne, because to me it didn't really bug me in high school. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grow out of this. It'll be fine. This is very normal for teenagers, which it is. But as I started approaching my mid-20s, I was like, I'm ready to not be dealing with active breakouts anymore. So I started to really take things seriously when it came to my skincare. And at this point, I had already started my beauty channel, and I actually want to show you guys, because that's one of the nice things about having a YouTube channel for 9 years, is I have footage and proof of the state of my skin back when I was around 23. And remember, I had been dealing with this for several years prior to ever starting my beauty channel. Now, keep in mind, you guys, this is also the time where my YouTube channel ended up being my full-time job along with my husband, and it brought so many really exciting opportunities and also more access to the best makeup out there. I started receiving PR, the best skincare out there. I started to be able to dabble in really high-end makeup and skincare, and still couldn't figure out how to crack the code when it came to my acne. It didn't matter if a cream was $100 or $15, my skin was just not happy. And I also started to notice that even though I was applying, a really high-end foundation over top of my acne, it still wasn't looking as good as I knew it potentially could, because I was applying it over really textured, acne-prone skin. So then, honestly, I started to get a little bit desperate, okay? And I started doing a lot of research personally. I started seeing dermatologists. I saw estheticians. I tried so many treatments and actives and products. I'm talking like hundreds of skincare products, okay? Like, so many. I did a deep, deep dive. I researched things. I watched so many different videos. I started reading skincare books, okay? And long story short, it took me a few years actually, essentially. And I started to piece together what things were working, what things were not working. And through my own personal experience and trial and error and education, whether it was research I did on my own or things that I learned from my esthetician, I finally started to crack the code when it came to clearing up my skin and creating a smoother canvas for makeup. It finally got to the point where I wasn't discouraged about my skin anymore and I wasn't experiencing active flare-ups all the time, because there were times where things would ebb and flow. Like I would have clear skin for a minute and then something would happen and my skin would just freak out again. And so I finally got it to really calm down. And now I don't deal with active breakouts at all anymore. My skin's definitely not perfect, okay? I'm not saying that it is, especially during pregnancy. I'm literally 9 months pregnant and random things happen all the time through pregnancy when it comes to your skin. But overall, for the past few years now, I've been really able to make my skin feel and look really happy. And I feel like it's because of all of that trial and error and from that deep dive several years ago that finally allowed me to really, really love the skin that I'm in and really be confident with and without makeup. If you've gone through something similar, I'm sure you've also been a little bit discouraged by the contrast of advice that you might hear from people when it comes to how to clear up your skin, right? Some of the skin treatments seemed a little bit too harsh for me and scary, you know what I mean? Like some of the treatments out there are a little intimidating. And then also on the flip side, a lot of people were like, well, it's probably just your makeup that's breaking you out, which was obviously discouraging to hear as well, because I'm somebody who not only loves makeup and the artistry side of it, but makeup is something that boosted my confidence while dealing with acne flare-ups. So it wasn't going to be that easy for me personally to just be like, oh yeah, I'll stop wearing makeup so that my skin clears up, because it wasn't like I would ever not want to wear makeup again. Does that make sense? So I felt really stuck sometimes, and I felt like I was being forced to almost choose between my skin or my makeup. Like I wouldn't be able to have good skin if I wore my makeup, and I wouldn't have good makeup if my skin wasn't good. So I was just stuck. But because of my personal experience and my personal journey, being makeup obsessed and then also becoming so obsessed with skincare as well, and seeing the two of them, when you really have like the right ingredients and the right techniques with both categories, how when good skincare and good makeup come together, that is what creates the best end results that for me made me feel the most confident in my skin, whether I was wearing makeup or not. I knew from experience that I in fact didn't have to choose between good skin and good makeup, and I could have them both. And so that is what inspired this entire new category and philosophy at Revie Beauty, which I am so beyond thrilled to finally share with you guys, because this has been years in the making. Obviously, the product that I'm going to tell you about first is something that honestly changed my life. But then prior to that, I feel like just this concept in general and this new philosophy that I can't wait to share with you guys has been years in the making because of my personal journey and experience, and it feels so authentic to me because I don't want to have to choose between good skin and good makeup, and you don't have to either. If you haven't guessed it already, you guys, we are launching skincare at Revie Beauty. Again, this felt like such an authentic next step. I knew when launching Revie Beauty that I wanted to obviously start with makeup, my first one true love. You guys know how much I love makeup, and you may have noticed that it's been such a huge goal of mine when it comes to formulating products that the formulas feel good for you. They perform really well, obviously, but also I want things to look like your skin. So I'm always very, very picky about the amount of pigment that goes inside of things. I want everything that goes on the skin to just melt into the skin and look like it's coming from your actual face and not looking like makeup sitting on top of the skin. So there's things that I've been doing when it comes to the actual makeup formulations that ultimately I feel like are solving the problem that I found when it came to makeup products of like, I don't want makeup to look too makeup-y. So by infusing some of those very specific things and really good ingredients into all of our makeup, it allows things to automatically look more natural and fresh and healthy when it comes to your makeup products. But then on the flip side, because of my personal journey when it came to my skin and how I really figured out through my personal experience how to make my skin look and feel as healthy as possible, and then I also saw better results with my makeup, I knew when it came to Revie Beauty, I really wanted to introduce skincare at some point, whenever it felt right, and I wasn't sure when or how, but it was always a part of the plan, and I'm so excited that I get to finally share with you guys this new life-changing product and the very first product in our skincare category. You guys, this is a true labor of love, and I cannot wait to finally show you guys right now. Let's not waste any more time. I've got so much more to tell you about the actual product, but I really wanted to give you guys that backstory first because this is so much more than just like, oh, cute, we're launching skincare. Like, it really means so much to me, to my core, and it's something that is so personal to me and something that comes from over a decade of experience and trial and error trying to figure out how to have the best of both worlds, which I figured out you can. And so I'm trying to bring that knowledge that I've taken from all of my experience and trial and error with different formulas in both the makeup realm and skincare realm and bottle it up into products that you are gonna love on an everyday basis. So without further ado, you guys, are you ready to meet your new favorite skincare product? I'm so excited. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Okay, introducing our very first skincare product here at Revie Beauty. This is the Revie Beauty Signature Skin Dream Barrier Cream. You guys, saying this out loud, oh my gosh, I feel a weight lifted off of my shoulders. I have butterflies in my stomach. This product genuinely changed the game for me. I thought I knew everything and I thought I had tried everything, and I had very high expectations when creating this formula, and our final result, the final formula, exceeded all of my expectations, and I genuinely cannot wait to get this into your hands because I feel like it's been my best kept beauty secret for months now, and I just haven't been able to tell you guys about it, obviously, because it's not launched yet. It's launching very, very soon. But this cream, you guys, is a summary of a decade of my personal experience and research and development, and it's also something that I feel like is really going to change the game for you when it comes to both your skin and your makeup. This is something that is so important to me moving forward, especially as I develop more makeup products and also expand our skincare line. Everything has to work together, which I'll get to a little bit later. I want to tell you guys like more about Dream Cream first before going into a little bit more of our philosophy moving forward as a brand. Let's talk about this glorious cream, okay? When I tell you this is not your average face cream, I mean it, okay? And that might sound dramatic, and of course, I'm gonna feel a little biased. Like, literally, I'm able to create my dream formulas, which is so exciting for me as someone who's obsessed with products. And with this being my very first skincare product, I really wasn't sure how long this would take. I wasn't sure if it would even be something that would be possible to do this soon, but by golly, here we are, and I cannot wait for you to try this. Going back to my acne journey and my skincare journey in general, as I started to piece together different routines that worked for me, I also started to notice certain ingredients that actually made a visible difference in my skin. And I started to notice specifically, my skin really transformed when I started to focus on barrier boosting ingredients and products. I feel like I accidentally, because if you're acne prone, you know, it's really easy to overdo it with actives, right? Like you kind of feel like you want to dry the skin. And sometimes I felt like I was maybe accidentally overdoing the actives, over drying my skin, which was causing more irritation and more breakouts. And that's why I couldn't really get out of the vicious cycle that I was in when it came to my skincare. And then when I started to focus on a healthier skin barrier, I feel like everything started to improve, not just with the texture and dryness, but also like the makeup sitting on top of the skin I felt was protected, and there was like a genuine barrier because my skin barrier itself was stronger and healthier, and so everything just started to work the way it was supposed to. When it came time for me to finally dream up this product, which you guys know is now called Dream Barrier Cream, side note, before I ever named this product, I started calling it Dream Cream because I was like, the first skincare product I need is my dream cream. So internally, we all referred to this as we were going through the process creating this product as dream cream, and we couldn't get the name out of our heads to the point where we literally ended up naming it Dream Barrier Cream because it turned out to be all of our dream come true, to be honest. And it just feels like the perfect name for this because not only is it my dream formula, but it's genuinely given me like my dream skin that I didn't even think was possible. I always get excited when I get to start thinking of a new product. And with this one, because of my experience and because of how picky I am with my skincare and ingredients, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly the type of ingredients that I knew my skin always looked its best with. So I started creating my wish list, okay, for this dream cream of mine that I was like, this is gonna be maybe a long shot. I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to combine this laundry list of things into one product, but I wrote literally everything down, like in a situation where if I had it all my way, this is what I would want it to feel like. These are the ingredients, all the things, okay? It obviously had to be something that would help improve my skin over time. It needed to have those barrier boosting ingredients that I knew my skin reacted really well to, but also being someone who loves makeup so much, I didn't want it to feel too heavy on the skin, too greasy on the skin, because that's something that I felt like I struggled to find, even though I loved so many barrier boosting products. When it came to using them underneath makeup, a lot of them were a little bit too heavy and they would mess with the wear time of my makeup. And so I wasn't able to really enjoy my barrier cream underneath makeup. And anything that was a lighter weight moisturizer usually didn't have like deep hydration or actually improved the look and feel of my skin over time. So that's why I was like, this is what I need. I made a list of all the things that I wanted. And when it came to who I wanted to work with to create this product, I knew exactly who I wanted to work with, and that was a Korean lab. If you guys don't already know, Korea makes some of the best skincare in the entire world. They are so innovative and they are just so trustworthy when it comes to skincare. And so I felt like the best of both worlds would be to take my laundry list, my wish list when it came to my personal experience and the thing that I felt like was missing when it came to a barrier cream on the market, and then combine it with the leading technology and innovation that comes out of Korea. And I was just hoping for the best. I was hoping that they wouldn't look at my list and be like, this is insane, we can't do this. And I was hoping that genuinely we would be able to come together and create my actual dream cream. And boy, is that what happened, my friends. As you know, my expectations were high. I feel like I am more picky with skincare than even makeup because my skin really became so important for me, and skincare is so much more personal in a way than makeup. So I was already so picky. My expectations were very, very high going into this. And when I tell you the final formula of our dream barrier cream, I remember the day it came back and the day we all started testing it. The way that the final formula exceeded my expectations, my very high expectations, and the way it genuinely transformed my skin past what I had already experienced personally with my skin transformation. I am so thrilled about this, you guys. It took us several different iterations back and forth to really nail all the things that I had in mind for this cream. It had to be deeply hydrating but not greasy. It had to actually visibly make a difference in my skin, especially over time, but also immediately. It also had to be something that would absorb quickly into my skin so that I could put my makeup on soon after and create a smooth canvas and perfectly prepped base for makeup. It also had to be something that I could mix into foundation, and we nailed it. I feel like this is something that I personally had never ever experienced before. This texture combined with the innovation, which we can geek out about in just a second. This is so phenomenal. We actually even took a trip to Korea to go to the lab, which was so exciting. I love Korea so much, you guys. Like seriously, the love and care that they put into their products is so beyond, and it just made me so proud and so excited to be able to work on a product, especially our first skincare product for Review Beauty with such an incredible lab. I feel like there's so much to say about this cream, but my number one thing that I notice and that we hear feedback from is how bouncy this makes the skin feel and look basically immediately. And that's for a number of scientific reasons, which I will get into, okay? But the bounce that this gives is unlike anything else I've ever tried. I want to show you guys a little before and after, okay? My skin with absolutely nothing on it to start, so you guys can see, you know, it is what it is. And then after you start to apply this onto the skin, the way that it's able to absorb so quickly due to a really amazing Korean technology, which is technically called microfluidized emulsion. This just means that they were able to break down all these actives into nanoparticles so that your skin is actually absorbing and able to use all of the ingredients immediately and extremely effectively. It's honestly something that I cannot wait for you guys to experience, how quickly it absorbs, which again makes it great for pre-makeup application, but also you start to like literally see and feel the hydration just like sinking into the skin. It's the coolest thing, and it's something that like you just need to try, because I've tried so many different creams, and while a lot of them feel nice, they mostly sit on top of the skin, and because of this super innovative Korean technology, it actually absorbs and you can literally feel it and visibly see it. Short term and long term, like the more you use this, the more results you see. Because of all the incredible barrier boosting actives, you really start to see an improvement immediately. After we nailed the final formula, we were all so in love with the results, and we wanted to see if like we were crazy or if it was all in our head, or if this could be like clinically proven, the things that we were seeing in our own skin as a team. So we sent the final formula off to the Korean Institute of Dermatological Sciences, and they did quite a few clinical study tests on this, and we were so beyond floored and pleased to get the results back when it came to the hydration. First of all, in their study, 100% of people were satisfied with the hydration and 100% of people were satisfied with the texture, which made us all so happy. But they were able to clinically prove, and I'll show you the like actual diagram, it's not just made up, you guys, that our Dream Barrier Cream boosts your skin hydration by 228% after just one use, which solidified that it was not in our heads and that we actually were seeing crazy, bouncy, juicy, hydrated skin after just one use, and it was not a joke. It was for real, my friends, and it was proven, and that made us so happy internally as a team, because it was something that really just floored us in general. So to get like those actual results back was so exciting. Some of my non-negotiable ingredients when it came to making sure that this formula was actually going to boost the barrier health of your skin. So I made sure to include things like ceramides and peptides and also niacinamide. And then the texture also has like a slight little grip to it so that it adheres to makeup. It's just the perfect prep for makeup as well. As a makeup artist, I also know that like you have to prep different skin types differently with different types of skincare, but I wanted this Dream Barrier Cream to work for as many people as possible, which is why I was like, how can we get extremely effective deep hydration without it feeling greasy on the skin? And I wanted the skin to just be left feeling balanced, because that's something that I really struggle with when it comes to my skin. I have normal to combination skin, so I get oily in the T-zone, and then I'm pretty dry on the sides of the face, and I wanted something that like could balance all of that out, and that's genuinely what ended up happening with the final formula. I am so beyond thrilled for this. It has almost what feels like a gel texture to it, but because of that Korean nanotechnology, all the actives genuinely absorb so deep into the skin where it doesn't leave a film sitting on top of your skin. So on the oily areas of my face, I feel like everything is hydrated but balanced, and then on the cheeks, which is where I have more dry patches, everything just kind of plumps up and feels so bouncy and looks bouncy and is bouncy because the hydration actually goes into the skin. And so that's the main thing that I love about this, is how balanced personally that it makes my skin look and feel. This is something that I use in the morning, evening, before makeup, mixed into makeup. You can do so many different things with this. It is absolutely phenomenal. All of these barrier boosting ingredients also really help calm redness over time as well, which is so great, especially if you've got acne prone skin like me. So there's a lot of different things that I was trying to combat, and it really does work on so many different things at once while still being wonderful underneath makeup. Because it absorbs so deeply too, I feel like every time I apply this on the skin, you can literally feel it working. And then afterwards, my skin just looks so healthy and hydrated. And then I've noticed because it's so balancing and it's not greasy at all, but still very hydrating, I feel like as I check my skin throughout the day, even when I'm not wearing makeup, and say I'm doing chores or I'm sweating outside in the summer, because I've been able to use this for several months and it's been hot here this summer in Utah, my skin always looked so balanced and so happy and so healthy. And so whether I was wearing makeup or not, I just feel like it really helped my actual skin chill out and not overproduce oils in the center or not get dry and flaky on the sides of my face, which really helped the performance of my makeup as well, because when the skin is balanced underneath, I feel like your makeup just starts to perform so much better. And it also does not sit on top of the skin and mess with your makeup formulas to where your makeup starts to slide off or break down, which was the case for a lot of my other barrier-focused creams. They never worked well with my makeup, because a lot of my favorites anyway, were just too heavy in texture and they sat on top of the skin way more than this one does. I'm so excited because I feel like it's something, whether you wear makeup or not, whether you have mature skin, dry skin, oily skin, I feel like it's something that you can really incorporate into your routine. I wanted to make sure that the texture and the feel of this was something that could work for as many people as possible. So if you're somebody who has more oily skin, using a bit less, like one pump, is gonna be perfect for you. If you have combination skin like me, I like to use 1 to 2 pumps. If you've got more dry skin, you can use 2 pumps, or you can also layer it, especially at night, and kind of customize the hydration by adding a hydrating serum underneath or oil on top. This works really well with other skincare products. I've been putting that to the test as well, because, you know, I'm a skincare junkie too. I love doing full routines, so this works really great in the morning underneath SPF. Also works really well at night, layered with other ingredients. It's just the best of all the worlds, and it genuinely is my dream barrier cream, and I am so beyond thrilled that we finally have skincare now to offer you guys, but not just any skincare. Like, this is something that I genuinely hope transforms your skin the way that it has for me and with my skin, and boost your confidence when it comes to your skin, no matter where you are on your skin journey. That's the beautiful part about life, right? Is we go through so many different phases, whether we experience acne or dryness or hyperpigmentation, all the way to aging, right? Like, we all are gonna get older. So I wanted to really combat all the things possible. And I really feel like this cream achieved that, and it's something that you can take with you on a daily basis for many, many years to come, and you can use in many different ways. I hope you guys love this cream as much as I do, and as much as the whole Revi team does, okay? And my husband, Tylen, this is his holy grail product, period, okay? You guys thought he loved lip renewal? He still does, by the way. Dream Cream is by far his favorite. I genuinely love how many different ways you can use this. So again, I personally use 1 to 2 pumps, so I'll use around 1.5 pumps in the morning before my makeup. I will also sometimes, you know, if I feel like I want an extra boost of hydration, I'll go ahead and apply this right before applying my makeup. I also love, love, love mixing this in with any of my foundations to kind of sheer it out. It is such a beautiful formula, and because it's not too greasy or heavy, I've noticed I can mix it with any foundation and it doesn't mess with the texture of the foundation. It just simply shears it out, and you can still feel the actual cream absorbing into the skin the way you do when you use it on its own, and it just gives your foundation a little more bounce as well. That's what I did today. I actually mixed it with one of my favorite more mattifying foundations, and it sheared it out like a tinted moisturizer, and then it kind of like sets down and locks in with a little bit more of like a hydrated, plump look and feel. So that's a great way to use this as well. I also need to mention, you guys, the packaging itself. I feel like there's so much to talk about. The packaging is so beautiful. I also hope you guys like this new color. It's the most beautiful kind of like nudie, blushy mauve pink. I felt like it was perfect for our skincare. This has the coolest component, so you actually twist it right up, and then you can pump it out on the back of your hand and then apply it however you would like. So this is The nicest packaging, I feel like it feels so luxurious. Oh, this texture is divine, you guys. I cannot wait for you to try this. And I love also how it locks, so if you travel a lot, it's kind of nice because it's not gonna spill everywhere in your bag. I also love that the pump doesn't dispense too much, because I feel like that's one thing, and I kind of have the same philosophy with makeup. It's always easier to apply more than it is to undo things and try to take off products. So the pumps itself, like, I feel is perfect. That's why I kind of go between 1 to 2 pumps. If you're using it for like a foundation, you could even use like a half a pump to a pump, but I feel like it doesn't dispense too much at once. So you can really customize however much hydration you're needing in whatever way you're wanting to use this. Another way that I've been more recently loving to use Dream Cream is by applying it on the body, and you can actually just apply it by itself and it's gonna give you a really nice glow, or you can mix it in with a highlighter. Today I did like a little highlighter concoction. I did like a stick highlighter with a liquid highlighter and then a little bit of Dream Barrier Cream all together and put it all over my neck and chest, and it just feels so hydrating. It plumps the skin because of the Dream Cream, but also mixed with a highlighter, you just look so healthy. But you can actually apply this down the neck and onto your chest by itself, and because it has that fast absorbing kind of plumping effect, it makes my décolleté look just so healthy as well. I am just so proud of this product, you guys. Also, in addition to the Korean Institute of Dermatological Sciences, where we got some really cool science-backed results from this final formula, we also did an internal consumer study where we sent this product out to you guys and we got some incredible feedback from you as well. I wanted to read a statement from one of our consumer study panel participants. They said, "I'm currently in my mid-50s. I use Dream Cream on both my face and neck twice a day. After 2 weeks, the crepiness on my neck completely reversed. I've used moisturizers daily for over 35 years, from drugstore to high-end. I have never had a moisturizer work as well as this one. This is a miracle moisturizer." When we started to get feedback like this back from this product, it made us so excited because, again, we thought like maybe we were just biased internally as a team when we landed on the final formula with the results we were seeing. The plumpness, the hydration, the bounce, the clarity, the even tone and texture, like so much happens with this cream. It's crazy. So to get comments back like that from real people made us so happy. Also, 97% said it provided lasting hydration throughout the day, and 97% said it was an effective base for makeup, which made me so excited as well, because that was my main goal with this product, was to not only be effective as a hydrating skincare product, but also be something that you could pair perfectly with your existing makeup routine. I'm sitting here and I just can't believe you guys finally know about this, but our Dream Barrier Cream is going to be launching on September 30th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you guys want to sign up for early access, I will have a link down below for you. You really don't want to miss out on this one. I'm telling you guys, this is such a game-changing product, and I'm so proud that it's the first product that will introduce our skincare and our new philosophy, you guys. Like, this is something that means so much to me and is so authentic to me, because I'm somebody who has become so passionate about makeup itself and love how much makeup has boosted my confidence over the years. But then on the flip side, I've gone through quite an intense journey with my acne-prone skin. And so to be able to be sitting here now with my own cream that really bottles up everything that I've learned and experienced into one thing, and I really hope that it improves your skin and your makeup and your confidence the way that it has with mine. I am so excited for you guys to get your hands on this. It's going to be available at Revie.com on the 30th. Mark your calendars. Again, sign up down below for early access. I feel like a great way to end this video, even though there's so much more I want to say about this, and I feel like it's so much easier to show you than to tell you. So stay tuned. I'm going to be creating a lot more videos, and we'll have so much more content on the website and over on social. So if you don't follow Revie Beauty on Instagram or TikTok, I'll have that link down below as well, because we're going to be sharing so many more details, and there's going to be so many more details on the website as well, all about this product. And then obviously I will be able to finally show you guys in tutorials and talk about this over the next several months, and honestly for the rest of my my life because that's how much I love this product. So you can really see all the ways you can use this and how beautiful it makes your skin look. But now that you know the backstory, now that you know the product and everything that went into this, I feel like this is the perfect time to tell you guys about the new philosophy that we have at Review Beauty, which embodies this entire idea of how you don't have to choose between good makeup and good skin. Again, it's something that's so authentic to me because it's something that I felt like maybe I had to choose between until I figured out for myself that I don't, and I can actually have the best of both worlds. And it's my goal here, being the founder of Review Beauty and also, being the one that is behind all of these product ideas, to just be able to bring you guys products that take all of my personal knowledge as a makeup artist and also somebody who reviews products. I've tried thousands of products, both makeup and skincare. And so I feel like just taking my knowledge with both skincare and makeup, creating my dream products that I feel like are going to really just change your everyday routine is my ultimate goal. And I feel like it just really makes sense to introduce this new philosophy at Review Beauty, which I can show you guys now. It's called the Skin Makeup Loop. Good skin for makeup, makeup for good skin. And again, this just totally embodies my personal experience and my personal journey when it comes to both skincare and makeup and how you really don't have to choose. My goal when it comes to our skincare products is to give you the best skin of your life, to be honest, so that when it comes to your makeup just lays as best as possible on top of your skin and just looks so healthy. And then on the flip side, creating makeup products that have your skin in mind as well, making sure that we're using ingredients that are good for you and that the formulas and the finishes look skin-like so that you really can have the best of both worlds. I wanted to read our little manifesto for you guys because it's something that we are so excited about behind the scenes and as a team at Review Beauty. So here we go. Are you ready? Not skin first, not makeup first. You shouldn't have to choose or compromise. It's a loop. Good skin supports good makeup supports good skin. At Review, we connect the loop. We create advanced skincare, we create elevated makeup. Both excel on their own, together they complete the loop. Every formula is made to complement. Every formula is designed to connect, so you never have to choose between good skin and good makeup. This is the Skin Makeup Loop. I hope you guys love that as much as we do. I am just so thrilled to finally be able to have skincare introduced into Review Beauty. This has been such a long time coming, and I hope you guys love our very first product as much as I do. It is truly something that is unlike anything I've ever tried, and like I said, I've tried a lot, and it's also something that comes directly from my heart and soul, and I just hope that it can help bring you confidence in your own skin, and I just can't wait for you to try it, honestly. I'm so excited. I will have more information for you guys about this product in the description box down below. And again, we're gonna be diving into this so much more, both on the website and over on socials before launch. So if you really wanna keep learning more about it, please be sure to follow us over on Instagram and TikTok. I'll have all of our socials linked down below. Oh, you guys, I can't believe it. That's it, my friends. This is gonna give you the skin bounce of your dreams, is what I'm trying to tell you, and I cannot wait for you guys to try it. I hope you're excited about this new category. I hope you can feel how excited I am about it because it really is something that means so much to me to be able to have skincare and makeup under the Review Beauty umbrella. It just fits and it just makes sense for me personally because for me, I didn't want to have to choose and you don't have to either. And I'm here to really optimize both categories for you and make your everyday routines so effective and just create products for you guys that are reliable, that become your everyday staples. That's my ultimate goal, to be able to help you feel like the most authentic version of yourselves and the most beautiful versions of yourselves. I love you guys so much, and if you're still here, thank you for watching. I know I was yapping like crazy, but there was so much to tell you about this product because it's so much more than just skincare. So I am so excited, and thank you guys so much for making Review Beauty what it is today. I say this in every launch video, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't have this without you, and your enthusiasm and your excitement and your support over our launches and products means the absolute world to me. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much to everyone who worked on Dream Cream. I always have to say that because there's so many people involved behind the scenes, not just our small but mighty Review Beauty team who I love so much. Thank you all so much for bringing this to life with me, but also the Korean manufacturers, the packaging designers. There are so many incredible people and so much talent that goes into every single launch, and I'm just so beyond thankful. And also, when you guys get a chance to see the website, we have the most amazing visuals team. I love them so much. Here in Utah, we had so many wonderful models come to the shoot, and we have an amazing photographer. So just anyone who's been a part of Dream Cream in whatever way, thank you. And I can't wait for you guys to see your skin transform with this. Not to be dramatic, but get ready. It's seriously unlike anything that I've personally ever tried, and I don't know what I ever did without this. I don't know what I ever did. And there was a time, my friends, where we ran out of samples of this for a couple of months, and my skin was sad. It was not a good thing, but it really did help me appreciate and realize how much this visibly transforms the skin, just with my skin on its own, but also when I wear makeup. So anyway, I better stop talking now. I love you guys so much. We'll see you on September 30th when we launch our Dream Barrier Cream, and I cannot wait for you to try this. I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.